40,000 years ago, we were not alone on this planet. Earth was not owned by a single human species. Walking alongside us, breathing the same icy air, and staring at the exact same stars, were beings who were just as intelligent, just as fierce, and just as human. They were the Neanderthals. For nearly 400,000 years, they dominated the brutal, frozen landscapes of Europe and Asia. They had thicker bones, broader chests, and massive muscle, built for raw survival, and their brains, statistically larger than ours are today. Yet, shortly after modern humans arrived on their continent, they completely vanished from the face of the earth. So, what actually happened? Did we wipe them out in history's first global genocide? Did a prehistoric plague destroy them? Or did something far stranger take place? For over a century, popular culture portrayed Neanderthals as slow, groaning, mindless cavemen. That idea was completely wrong. Modern archaeology has shattered that myth. Neanderthals crafted complex stone tools, controlled fire for warmth and cooking, cared for their sick and disabled tribe members, and buried their dead with deep respect. They decorated themselves with bird feathers, carved delicate bone ornaments, and even created cave art, deep in pitch-black caverns. Long before modern humans ever stepped foot in Europe, they were not simple animals, waiting to be replaced. They were cognitive equals. They were survivors, which makes their sudden disappearance one of the most haunting mysteries in human history. First, paleontologists suspected direct warfare. The narrative was simple and dramatic. Modern humans invaded, wielded superior weapons, and systematically slaughtered the competition over thousands of years. It's a chilling thought. If true, it means our species built its very foundation on interspecies genocide. Except, the physical evidence tells a very different story. When scientists examine Neanderthal skeletons, battle trauma is surprisingly rare. There are no mass burial sites filled with weapon marks. No continental battlefields. Violence certainly happened in small skirmishes, but direct war alone cannot explain the extinction of an entire species across a whole continent. When modern humans migrated out of Africa, we brought more than just spears, trade ideas, and social strategies. We carried invisible stowaways, pathogens, tropical viruses, bacterial infections, and parasites that our immune systems had adapted to over thousands of generations. Neanderthals had been isolated in cold, northern climates for hundreds of thousands of years. Their immune systems were completely naive to these foreign tropical diseases. When the two species made first contact, it didn't take a spear to destroy a Neanderthal camp. A single cough or a shared water source could devastate an entire tribe in weeks. Much like European diseases decimated indigenous populations, in the Americas, invisible pathogens may have silently crippled the Neanderthal population without a single weapon ever being drawn. Even without disease, a second Sloava was unfolding across Europe. The war for energy and resources. Neanderthals were heavy-built powerhouses. Their thick muscle mass required significantly more calories per day just to survive. Modern humans, on the other hand, were built for energy efficiency. We had lighter frames, longer-range throwing spears, called atlatls, and massive, interconnected social networks, spanning hundreds of miles. When the climate plunged into chaotic cold spells, food became extremely scarce. Modern humans didn't need to fight Neanderthals. We just needed to be 10% more efficient at hunting the same game. Over centuries, we squeezed them out of prime hunting grounds, pushing their small groups into isolated, barren corners of the continent. In 2010, geneticists unlocked ancient Neanderthal DNA, and the entire narrative changed forever. We didn't just fight or outcompete Neanderthals. We lived alongside them, we interacted with them, and we had children with them. Genetic analysis proved that every human alive today, outside of sub-Saharan Africa, carries between 1 to 2% Neanderthal DNA. Think about what that means. Somewhere in the deep past, a modern human and a Neanderthal raised a child together. That child survived, passed down its genes, and those genes traveled down 70,000 years, straight into your cells. Right now, Neanderthals didn't just die out. They were absorbed into our booming population. The story of the Neanderthals isn't a simple tale of defeat. It's a story of climate change, disease, resource competition, and ultimate integration. They ruled the Ice Age for 400,000 years, and while their distinct physical form disappeared into the shadows of time, their legacy is far from extinct. It lives in your immune system, in how your body adapts to cold, and in the ancient genetic code written inside you. The other humans are gone, and we are here. But every time you look up at the night sky, remember that a small piece of the Neanderthal is looking at it through your eyes.